everybody. Scoony007 here, bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's, we've got another live game in the 08 Philadelphia Phillies game. It's the Philadelphia Phillies taking on their cross-state rival, the Pittsburgh Pirates. And before we begin, let's take a look at the standings here, as we always do before any game, before any live game with the Philadelphia Phillies. Let's take a look at how everyone's doing in the league. Starting off with the National League East, we have the Mets in first place. They are 15-7 on a 2-game losing streak right now. And behind them, we have the Florida Marlins at 13-10. They are 2.5 games back. The Phillies, 12-11 going into this game. They are 3.5 out. And the Braves at 11-12. They are 4.5 games out. They are right now on a 2-game winning streak. And down there in the cellar of the National League East, we've got the Washington Nationals at 7-16. They are 8.5 out of first. Over in the National League Central, we've got the Cubs in first at 17-5. The Cardinals right behind at 14-9. They are 3.5 games out. And the Astros are 11-12. They are 6.5 games out. The Reds closely behind, 10-13. They are 7.5 out. Tied with the Brewers also at 10-13. Also 7.5 out. The Pirates, they're 7-15, 10 games out of first place. We move on to the National League West. We have the Padres at 16-7. They have a 2-game lead up over the Dodgers, who are 14-9. The Arizona Diamondbacks at 10-12. They are 5.5 out. Colorado Rockies at 8-15. They are 8 games out. And the San Francisco Giants at 7-16. They are 9 games out. Moving over to the American League, we've got the Orioles in first place at 14-8. They have a 2-game lead up over the Red Sox, who are 13-11. Tampa Bay Rays are at 500. They're 11-11 right now. They are 3 games out of first. And the New York Yankees and the Toronto Blue Jays both at 10-13. They are 4.5 games out of first place. In the American League Central, hey there, Clue baseball fan, welcome. Good to see you here as we are quickly going over the stats before we get into the game, where everyone stands in the replay so far. The Cleveland Indians are 15-7, followed by the Chicago White Sox at 13-8, who are a game and a half out. Tigers are 11-12. They are 4.5 games out of first. Kansas City Royals 8-14. They are 7 games out of first place. And the Minnesota Twins are 6-16. They are 9 games back out of first place. In the American League West, Los Angeles Angels at 16-7. The Athletics are 13-10. They are 3 games out of first place. Texas Rangers are 10-13. They are 6 games out of first place. And the Seattle Mariners are 8-15. They are 8 games out of first place. So that is a look around the league where everyone stands right now going into today's game. So with that, let's get down to the field.
Play ball!
As we play game 1 of a 3-game series between the Phillies and the Pirates. Philadelphia Phillies come into the game today with a record of 12-11. The Pirates are 7-15. And here is the starting lineup for the Philadelphia Phillies. Leading off, the right fielder, So Taguchi. Batting second, the center fielder, Jason Worth. Batting third, the first baseman, Chase Utley. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the left fielder, Pat Burrell. Batting fifth, the catcher, Chris Coste. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Pedro Feliz. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Eric Barnett. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Brad Herman. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Adam Eaton. On the mound for the Pirates, it's going to be Zach Duke starting off. He'll come into today's game with a 6.48 ERA. No wins and 3 losses. He's pitched 25 innings, 39 hits, 7 strikeouts, and 6 walks. We're here at PNC Park, which gives a -3 to strikeouts, nothing to walks, and nothing to home runs. And with that, the home plate umpire is dusting off home plate, and we are ready for the game as So Taguchi steps up into the batter's box. He's batting a .302, and here is the first pitch of the game. And the first pitch is a 4-6, column 4, row 6. We're going to start this game off with a range play. Whose range are we checking? That's going to be a 1-1. That's going to be a double star 3. It's a ground ball down the third baseline to Doug.
Hard ground ball.
His range is a 1-3. That's going to be the first number that we check. That is a 6. That's going to be good for a base hit. On a 5-13, that is a single.
Moving over forward, and it's past him.
And So Taguchi will lead this game off with a base hit for the Phillies. All right, let's take a look at the starting defense for the Pittsburgh Pirates. We've got Bay out there in left field. McLeod will be in center. Natty at right. Going around the horn, we've got Menzowitz on third. Blixer will be at short. Sanchez on second. LaRoche will be on first. Palenko will be behind the plate. And Duke will be on the mound. Jason Worth next up to bat. He's batting a 2-1-2. Strategy role is a 3 with the infield at double play depth. That's going to be a hit and run. So on a hit and run, all ground double plays will get a -2. All base run ratings will get a +2. Home run and walk rates for the batters are cut in half. We round those and rounded down. Lineouts are considered double plays with the exception of an error on a throw. And if the batter strikes out, we'll resolve the play as a steal. Jason Worth, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-5. That's going to be a wild pitch. On a 1-2, it's a pass ball. It's a 20. Nothing happens. Worth. That's going to be a 3-5. Column 3, row 5. It's a ground ball up the middle to Duke. Duke will make the catch. And is that a double play? Ground double play rating is a -1. Sanchez, who is the pivot, is a 0. That is a 0. The die roll is a 6. What we do is we take 1d6, roll it against the ground double play rating. If the roll is less than or equal to the ground double play rating, it becomes a double play. If it's greater than the ground double play rating, it's a force out. However, it is a 6, so the play is only at first, and Taguchi will advance to second base.
Ow!
So 1 away, and that is going to bring up Chase Utley. Utley batting a .313. Strategy roll is a 6, the infield at normal depth, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-6, column 2, row 6. That is a strikeout on a 1-5. The 12 is too high. And that is going to be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. That's a double out there in the center field. Utley smacks that one back there to the wall.
And it's a double.
And with that, Taguchi will come around to score. It's an RBI double for Chase Utley, and the Phillies are on the board 1-0 here in the top of the first. Pat Burrell batting a .277. Strategy roll is a 2. And yep. And this is Pat Burrell. And here is the pitch. Infield at normal depth. And that is going to be a 6-4, column 6, row 4. That is considered a blank right now because Zach Duke is not tired. He has not faced his allowed number of batters just yet. And that is going to be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. It's a ground ball to Blixer. Blixer will make the catch. And with that, it is an out at first. Ground out, runner on second. Runners will advance on balls hit to the short or pitcher if the base run rating beats the die roll. It does not, so Utley will hold at second.
Ow!
And with 2 outs, we had a +1 to the base run rating. Chris Coste up. He's batting a .357. Strategy rolls an 8. The Phillies are standing pat. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 1-2, column 1, row 2. It's a range play at the ballpark. Anytime you roll the at symbol as your result, you'll resolve the play at the ballpark card. We're going to go to PNC Park, and that's going to be a 1-5, column 1, row 5. It's going to be a double star ground ball to third base to Doug.
Ground ball.
Ground ball up the middle. Doug's range is on a 1-3. Once again, that is a 6. We'll check the D20. That is an 11. That's going to be good for a single.
Moving over for it, and it's past him.
Coste on. Utley goes to third, but as he waved around to home, we'll see if he scores. He'll go from second to home on a base run rating of a 4-6. He has a 5. That's going to be an RBI single. Utley scores. And it's 2-0 Phillies. Taking a look at Doug's percentage for range play so far in the replay, he's 1 for 3. He's at 33%. Pedro Feliz is up. Feliz is batting a .254. Strategy roll is a 2. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-3, column 4, row 3. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 5-4, column 5, row 4. That is a single. Zach being a left-handed pitcher, we're going to look to the left-handed side of the slash. It is a single past second base. And with that, Coste will go to second. The stop sign goes up. He'll hold, and we've got runners on first and second. He would go from first to third on a base run rating of a 3-6.
Everybody clap your hands.
Eric Burnett is up. Burnett batting a .246. Strategy roll is a 5. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-3, column 5, row 3. Burnett being a right-handed batter, so on the pitcher card when we roll for a split, we'll look to the right-handed side of the slash. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 4-2, column 4, row 2, double star 1. Ground ball to Sanchez. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and the Phillies will leave 2 stranded. We go to the bottom of the first, and here is the starting lineup for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Leading off the center fielder, Nate McLaughlin. Batting second, the second baseman, Freddie Sanchez. Batting third, the left fielder, Jason Bay. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the catcher, Ronnie Paulino. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Xavier Nettie. Batting 6th, the first baseman, Adam LaRoche. Batting 7th, the third baseman, Doug. And I know I'm going to butcher that last name, so I'm not going to try to pronounce it. Batting 8th, the shortstop, Brian Blixer. And batting 9th, the pitcher, Zach Duke. On the mound for the Phillies, it's Adam Eaton. Eaton comes into today's game with an ERA of a 5.65. No wins and 1 loss. He's pitched 20 and 2/3 innings, allowed 29 hits, 11 strikeouts, and 4 walks. And with that, Nate McLouth batting a .311, and here is the pitch. Cloth 3-4, column 3, row 4 at the ballpark. We're going to go to PNC Park, and that is going to be a 4-3, column 4, row 3. It's going to be a ground ball to Barnett. He'll make the catch, throw it over to Utley.
You're out!
And that is out number 1. 1 away, and let's take a look at the starting defense for the Philadelphia Phillies. Pat Burrell out there in left field. Worth will be in center field. Taguchi at right. Going around the horn, it's Feliz on third. Burnett will be at short. Herman at second, and Utley will be on first. Costay will be behind the plate with Eaton on the mound. Freddie Sanchez batting a .257, and here is the pitch. That is going to be a 6-4, column 6, row 4. That's going to be a walk on a 1-4. The 9 is too high. And that is going to be a 5-5, column 5, row 5. Ground ball up the middle to Harmon. Harmon makes the catch, spins around, throws it to Utley.
Out!
And Utley tags the base for 2 away. Jason Bay batting a .216, and here is the pitch. Bay, 5-5, column 5, row 5. That is a strike on a 1-8. The 19 is too high. And that is going to be a 1-3, column 1, row 3. It's a fly ball back to Worth. Worth sees it, makes an adjustment, makes the catch, and retires the side. So 3 up, 3 down as the Phillies retire the Pirates in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 1, it's Phillies 2, Pirates nothing. We go to the top of the second. Brad Herman, Adam Eaton, and So Taguchi due up for the Phillies. Brad Herman, first time we're seeing him in the lineup. He's played in 4 games, had 1 at-bat so far in the replay. In the actual season, he's played in 6 games, 10 at-bats, 1 run, 1 RBI. And here is the pitch, and that's going to be a 5-2. Column 5, row 2. That's going to be a range play. Whose range are we checking? And that's going to be a 3-4. Column 3, row 4. Fly ball back there to McLouth. His range is on a 1-3.
Liner into center. Will it stay up?
It's a 3. McLouth makes the catch at the warning track and takes the hit away.
That was a fine play.
And with that, Adam Eaton batting a 125. And here is the pitch to Eaton. Eaton, 2-6, column 2, row 6. That is a strike on a 1-7. That is a 3. Struck him out.
The swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Struck him out, and we'll go to the top of the order. So Taguchi up. He's 1 for 1 with a run scored. And here is the pitch. Pitch 2-3, column 2, row 3. That is a strike on a 1-3. The 14 is too high. And that is going to be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. This time it's a fly ball back there to Bay. Bay will make the catch.
You're out!
And the Pirates retire the Phillies in order, 3 up, 3 down. So no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to and none left on. We go to the bottom of the second. Ronnie Paulino, Xavier Nettie, and Adam LaRoche due up for the Pirates. Ronnie Polino batting a 184. And that is going to be a 4-1, column 4, row 1. It's a possible error. Whose error range are we checking? Remember, that is the number in the brackets that we check for the error range. That is going to be a 3-2, column 3, row 2, ground ball up to Harmon. His error range is a 0. That is a 9, and Harmon makes the catch, throws it to Utley.
Out!
And out number 1. Xavier Nettie batting a 291, and here is the pitch. That is going to be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. Double question mark. When a double question mark comes up on the pitcher card, for right now we do observe it. And that is going to be a single on a 1-7. However, the 16 is too high. And that is going to be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. It's a line drive to Feliz. Feliz makes the catch, throws it to Utley.
Out!
And Utley tags the base for 2 away. And that is going to bring up Adam LaRoche. LaRoche batting a 380. And here is the pitch. That's going to be a 2-3, column 2, row 3. That's a strikeout on a 1-10. That is a 5. Struck him out.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
So the
Have you
Phillies,
picked your designated driver for this evening? Please remember to drink responsibly.
come back and retire the Pirates in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on after 2. It's Phillies 2, Pirates nothing. Jason Worth, Chase Utley, and Pat Burrell due up for the Fightin' Phils. Jason Worth, 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. Worth, 6-5, column 6, row 5 at the ballpark. We're going to go to PNC Park, and that's going to be a 4-5, column 4, row 5, double star 5, fly ball back there to center field. McClough goes back to the warning track, makes the catch.
Out!
And puts 1 away. Chase Utley. Utley 1 for 1 with a double, a run, and an RBI. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-3, column 3, row 3. That is a strikeout. Utley being a left-handed batter. So on the pitcher card, remember, we look to the left-handed side of the slash. Strikeout on a 1-5. The 11, however, is too high. And that is going to be a 2-6, column 2, row 6, double star 5, fly ball back there to McClough. He'll make the catch.
Out!
And that'll put 2 away. Pat Burrell. Burrell is 0 for 1 right now, and here is the pitch. That is going to be a 3-1, column 3, row 1, strikeout on a 1-8. The 11 is too high. And that is going to be a 2-4, column 2, row 4, fly ball back there to left field. Bay goes back. Bay makes the catch.
Out!
And retires the side. So the Pirates retire the Phillies in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. It's Doug, Ryan Blixer, and Zach Duke due up for the Pirates. Doug batting a 133, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-2, column 3, row 2 at the ballpark. We're going to go to PNC, and that is going to be a 6-2, column 6, row 2. Ground ball hit down the first baseline. Utley gets it. Eaton comes over. Utley underhands it to Eaton, who will quickly tag the base.
Out!
And puts 1 away. Ryan Blixer batting a 227. Blixer 2-2, column 2, row 2. That's a strikeout on a 1-5. 6 in range. Struck him out.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Struck him out, and that's going to bring up Zach Duke. Duke batting a 111. And that is going to be a 2-3, column 2, row 3, strikeout on a 1-17, 19 in range, struck him out. So the Phillies make quick work of the Pirates, retiring them in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. It's 3 up, 3 down. After 3, it's Phillies 2, Pirates nothing. We go to the top of the 4th. Chris Coste, Pedro Feliz, and Eric Burnett due up for the Phillies. Chris Coste is 1 for 1 with an RBI. And the pitch. 1-4, column 1, row 4. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 3-4, column 3, row 4. It's a power hit into left field today. So on a 1-10, it's a single. On 11-19, it is a double. If a 20 comes up, it's a fly out. It's a 12. Coste with the double.
And it's a double.
And Chris Coste will lead off with a double here in the top of the 4th. Pedro Feliz is up. Feliz is 1 for 1. Strategy roll is a 17. Infield at normal depth. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. That's going to be a range play. Whose range are we checking? And that is going to be a 6-6, column 6, row 6. It's a line drive to Sanchez. His range is on a 1-2.
There's a line shot.
It's a 4. Sanchez can't make the play in time. It'll scoot between his legs into shallow right field.
Let that ball get by him.
And it gets by him, and it puts runners on the corners.
Everybody clap your hands.
Eric Burnett is up. Burnett is 0 for 1 today with no outs, runners on the corners. Infield double play depth. Strategy roll is a 1, and here is the pitch. That is going to be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. It's a possible error. Whose error range are we checking? And that's going to be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. It's a fly ball to Nettie. Nettie will make the catch. No error there. Nettie's error range is on a 1 is a 0. That is a 14. It's too high.
You're out!
And that is a failed sacrifice roll. So runners will hold on that. It is a 0, so if it's less than run, runners hold. So 1 out, runners still in the corners, infield still at double play depth. Strategy roll is a 9, and that's going to bring up Brad Herman, sorry. Bernard Herman is a movie composer. Herman is 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 9, and here is the pitch. Philly standing pat. And that's going to be a 6-6, column 6, row 6. That's a strikeout. On a 1-2, the 14 is too high. And that is going to be a 3-4, column 3, row 4. That's a fly ball back there to center field to McClough. He'll make the catch.
You're out.
And once again, we'll check to see if it's a sac fly. And no, the 5 is too high. Coste will hold on that. However, for Feliz, nobody moves anything there. Runner holds. So with 2 outs, that's going to bring up Adam Eaton, runners on the corner. Strategy roll is a 1, and here is the pitch. Phillies holding off on strategy. Eaton is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. 6-5, column 6, row 5 at the ballpark. We'll go into PNC Park, and that's going to be a 3-2, column 3, row 2. Fly ball back there to Bay. Bay will make the catch.
You're out.
And that will retire the side. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors. And the Phillies will leave 2 stranded. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Nate McLough, Freddie Sanchez, and Jason Bay due up for the Pirates. Top of the order. Nate McLough 0 for 1. And the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-6, column 4, row 6. That is a walk plus. So on a walk plus, we add 10 to the range. That's going to make it a 1. That's going to make it 20. Nothing from PNC Park. It's a flat 10. So that's how we get the 20. 16 in range, and that's going to be a walk.
Outside. Base on ball.
So McLeod will trot on down to first, and that's going to bring up Freddie Sanchez. Sanchez is 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. By the way, strategy rolls of 14. They're going to hold off. 6-3, column 6, row 3. That's going to be a range play. Whose range are we checking? And that is going to be a 1-1, column 1, row 1. Fly ball back there to Worth. His range is on a 1 to 5.
Liner into center. Will it stay up?
That's a line drive to center field. Worth goes back, makes the catch,
Terrific play.
and puts one away. Jason Bay is 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 12. Infield still at double play depth. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-6. Column 6, row 6. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 4-3. Column 4, row 3. It's a ground ball to Barnett. Barnett will make the catch. Check for the double play rating. Ground double play off of the pitcher. It's a 0. Herman is a 0. That's going to make it a 2. We take 1d6, roll it against the 2. That is a 2. And that's going to be, and that is going to be a double play.
Double play.
And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on for the Pirates. After 4, it's Phillies 2, Pirates nothing. We go to the top of the 5th. It's So Taguchi, Jason Worth, and Chase Utley due up for the Phillies. Taguchi is 1 for 2 with a run scored, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-1, column 4, row 1, home run chance on a 1 to 9. In range, that is a 6. However, Taguchi is a 0 for home runs. And that is going to be a 6-5, column 6, row 5. It's going to be a fly ball back there to McLeod. He'll make the catch. And that'll put one away. Jason Worth 0 for 2 and the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-4, column 6-3, column 6, row 3. It's a home run on a 1 to 20. That is a 4. It's a solo home run for Jason Worth.
It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run.
And Worth hits that one down the left field side. Bay goes back to chase it. It's into the stands. That ball is out of here. And Jason Worth, with a solo home run, puts the Phillies up 3-0 here in the top of the 5th. That is his 3rd home run of the replay. Chase Utley, 1 for 2 today with a double, a run, and an RBI. And here is the pitch with 1 out, nobody on. Utley, 5-6, column 5, row 6. That is a walk on a 1 to 10. The 20 is too high. And that is going to be a 3-1, column 3, row 1, double star 2. It's a ground ball to Blixer. Blixer will come over, make the catch. And that puts 2 away. Pat Burrell up. Burrell 0 for 2 today, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. That is a walk on a 1-19, 7 in range.
Walks, and that wasn't close.
And Pat Burrell will trot on down to first. So runner on first with 2 outs. Strategy rolls an 8. Infield at normal depth. Chris Coste up. He's 2 for 2 today with a double and an RBI. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-4, column 5, row 4. That is a strikeout on a 1-9. The 18 is too high. And that is going to be a 6-4, column 6, row 4. And that is a fly ball back there to Bay. Bay goes back, makes the catch.
Out!
And that will retire the side. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and the Phillies will leave 1 stranded. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's Ronnie Paulino, Xavier Nettie, and Adam LaRoche due up for the Pirates. Ronnie Paulino is 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-3, column 6, row 3. It's a range play. Whose range are we checking? And that is going to be a 6-3, column 6, row 3. Fly ball back there to Worth. His range on a 1-5.
Liner into center. Will it stay up?
That is a 1. Worth makes the catch.
Terrific play.
And puts 1 away. Xavier Nettie 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. Nettie with a 4-6, column 4, row 6. That is a blank. Nettie with a 5-4, column 5, row 4. That is a single to the shortstop. And there goes, and with that, Adam Eaton was perfect through 4 1/3 innings of a no-hitter.
Everybody clap your hands.
Adam LaRoche with the Pirates, runner on first. Strategy roll is a 3. Pirates holding off. Infield double play depth. LaRoche 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 1-2, column 1, row 2. That's going to be a home run on a 1-17. That is a 6. That ball is out of here. And he smacks that one into the Allegheny, and the Pirates cut the lead down to 1. It's a 2-run home run for Adam LaRoche. And that is his 8th home run of the replay. It's 3-2. It's 3-2. Doug is up. He's 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. Nobody on. So bases empty, infield normal depth, and that is going to be a 6-4, column 6, row 4. That's going to be a walk. On a 1-15, that is a 4, and that is a walk.
Walks, and that wasn't close.
So Doug will trot on down to first. It went into the Allegheny there, Dick Clark fan. Welcome in. Glad you're able to join us today here at PNC Park. It's 3-2 right now in the bottom of the 5th. Pirates have a runner on first. Strategy roll is a 13, and that's going to bring up Brian Blixer. Blixer is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Infield double play depth, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-4. Column 2, row 4. That is a blank. Blixer. 5-5. Column 5, row 5. Remember, we always read the red die as the column. The white die is the row that we read off. 5-5. It's a pop-up to third base. Feliz will get underneath it.
Out!
He'll make the catch, and that'll put 2 away. Zach Duke is up. Duke 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Strategy rolls a 13, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-5. Column 3, row 5. That is a blank. Remember, Duke being a left-handed batter. So on the pitcher card, remember, we look to the left-handed side of the slash. And that is going to be a 6-5. Column 6, row 5. Ground ball up the middle to Harmon. He'll make the catch.
You're out.
And that will retire the
Be
side.
sure to visit our concession stands.
So 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and none left on. After 5, it's Phillies 3, Pirates 2. We go to the top of the 6, and that's going to bring, and that is due up is Pedro Feliz, Eric Burnett, and Brad Harmon for the due up for the Phillies. Pedro Feliz is 2 for 2, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-5. Column 3, row 5. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 2-5. Column 2, row 5. Fly ball back there to McClough. He'll make the catch.
Out.
And that'll put 1 away. Eric Burnett is 0 for 2 and the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-4. Column 3, row 4. Possible error on a ground ball. So that means if we roll anything on a ground ball, we will check for error. That is the number in the brackets that we check for. And that is going to be a 5-1. Column 5, row 1. That's a base hit past second base. That's past Sanchez. His error range is on a 1 to 5. The 9 too high. No error there. And Burnett is on with a base hit. Brad Harmon up. Harmon is 0 for 2 today. Strategy roll is a 9. Infield, double play depth. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-5. Column 4, row 5. That is a strikeout on a 1 to 2. That is a 1. Struck him out.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Struck him out, and that's going to bring up Adam Eaton. Eaton 0 for 2. Struck out his last time up. Strategy roll is an 18. Phillies holding off, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-4. Column 3, row 4. Once again, it's a possible error on a ground ball. And that is going to be a 6-3. Column 6, row 3. Fly ball back there to Bay. Bay gets under it, makes the catch, and retires the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and the Phillies will leave 1 stranded. We go to the bottom of the 6. It's Nate McClough, Freddie Sanchez, and Jason Bay due up for the Pirates. Nate McClough, 0 for 1, and the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-2. Column 5, row 2. Possible error on a throw. And that is going to be a 3-2. Column 3, row 2. That's going to be a base hit. Harmon, error range is a 0. Infield single. On that one. So with nobody on, it's an infield single. Nate McClough will reach first.
Fans who interfere with play on the field will be escorted from the stadium.
Freddie Sanchez up. Sanchez is 0 for 2. Strategy rolls a 5. It is a hit and run attempt. Now remember, on a hit and run, ground double play ratings get a -2. Base run ratings will get a +2. Home run and walk rates are cut in half. We round those down. All lineouts are considered double plays with the exception of an error on a throw. And if the batter strikes out, we'll resolve the play as a steal. Sanchez is 0 for 2. And that's going to be a 2-5. Column 2, row 5. Possible error on a ground ball. And that is going to be a 2-4. Column 2, row 4. Fly ball back there to Worth. Worth will get under it.
You're out.
Makes the catch and puts 1 away. Jason Bay, 0 for 2. Strategy roll is a 10. And here is the pitch. One runner on first and a double play range. That's going to be a 5-3. Column 5, row 3. That is a strikeout. On a 1-8, the 17 is too high. And that is going to be a 4-3. Column 4, row 3. Ground ball to Burnett. Burnett will make the catch. We'll check for double play rating. Adam Eaton is a 0. Harmon being the pivot on that play. We hit it, remember, to Barnett. So the pivot is second base on that. Add those numbers together. That'll give us the range for the ground double play. 0 plus 0 is 0. So that holds it at a 2. The die roll is a 6. So on a roll of a 6, the only play is at first base. So McCloth will advance to second.
Ow!
And the out will be at first. So 2 outs. Pirates now have the tying run in scoring position. Strategy roll is a 5 as Ronnie Polino will come up to bat. He is 0 for 2. And the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-6. Column 6, row 6. That is a blank. And that is a 2-6, column 2, row 6, power hit to Brill. On a 1-6, it's a single. 7-13, it's a double. 14-20, it's a fly out. It's a 13, that's a double.
And it's a double.
And this ball game is tied. We're tied at 3. Xavier Nettie is 0 for 2 with a run scored. Strategy roll is a 14. Pirates holding off, infield at normal depth. 2-6, column 2, row 6. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. That is a double to Taguchi.
Line drive down the right field line, slicing toward the corner, air ball, off the wall.
And the Pirates take the lead on an RBI double by Xavier Nettie. It's 4-3 Pittsburgh.
Everybody clap your hands.
And with that, the Phillies bullpen starting to warm up. And that's going to bring up Adam LaRoche. LaRoche is 1 for 2 today with a home run, a strikeout, a run, and 2 RBIs. Strategy roll is a 16. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-4, column 6, row 4. That's going to be a walk on a 1-11. The 14 is too high. And that is going to be a 5-3. Yep. 5-3, column 5, row 3. It's a line drive up the middle to Eaton. Eaton will make the catch, throw it over to Utley.
You're out.
And that will retire the side. So 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and the Pirates will leave 1 stranded. After 6, it's Pirates 4, Phillies 3. We go to the top of the 7th. It's going to be So Taguchi, Jason Worth, and Chase Utley due up for the Phillies. And with that, the Pirates going to go to the bullpen. Zach Duke is tired, so they are going to bring in we have a right, and left coming up. They're going to bring in Jesse Chavez. Chavez is going to come into the game. He'll come into the game with an ERA of a 27.39. No wins, no losses. He's pitched 2 1/3 innings, allowed 8 hits, 1 strikeout, and 1 walk. Taking a look at the stats here for Zach Duke as he went 6 innings, allowed 8 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, 1 home run, and ERA of a 6.09. So 1, 2, and 3, it's the top of the order that Chavez will have to face on the Philly lineup. So Taguchi is 1 for 3 with a run scored, and the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. That is a strikeout on a 1 to 7. The 8 is too high. And that is going to be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. That is a double to Bay. Chavez being a right-handed pitcher on Taguchi's card. We're going to look to the right-handed side of that slash. That is a double.
And it's a double.
And the Phillies will get the tying run on base. And that is going to bring up Jason Worth. Worth is 1 for 3 today with a home run, a run, and an RBI. Strategy roll is a 7, infield normal depth. Phillies holding off on strategy. Here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-4. Column 4, row 4. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 1-6, column 1, row 6. It's a single to Sanchez. And with that, Taguchi will go to third. Is he waved around to home? He'll come home to score on a base run rating of a 3 through 6. His base run rating is a 3, and the Phillies just tied the game. It's 4-4. Strategy roll is a 1. That's going to be a steal attempt. We take a look at the stolen base rating from Jesse. That is a 0. Polino is a 0, so no change to his stolen base rating. That is a 19. They are going to send him with no outs. That is a 2. He'll go to second.
Safe.
However, we do check for a throwing error. Polino throws it wide. His error range is a 20. That is an 11. He throws it wide. And Worth goes to third. So the go-ahead run 90 feet away as Chase Utley comes up to bat. He's 1 for 3 with a double, a run, and an RBI. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. That is a strikeout plus. On a 1 to 15, the 8 in range. Remember, on a strikeout plus, we add 10 to that range. So that is a 15. That is an 8. We minus the 3 from the 10, so we're adding 7. That's how we get the 15. Struck him out looking. And Utley will go down on strikes. That's going to bring up Pat Burrell. Burrell is 0 for 2 with a walk. Strategy roll is a 10. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-1, column 4, row 1. That is a hit by pitch. Chavez hits by pit range is a -10. That makes it a 0. However, the 19 is too high. And that is going to be a 2-3, column 2, row 3. Fly ball back there to McClough. He'll make the catch.
You're out.
And that is an out. However, it's a sacrifice fly. Worth comes home, and the Phillies take the lead. It's 5-4 on a sac fly by Pat Burrell. And Chris Coste is up. He's 2 for 3 with a double and an RBI. And here is the pitch. Bullpen for the Pirates warming up. And that is going to be a 4-3, column 4, row 3. That is a strikeout. On a 1 to 6, that is a 6. Struck him out on a full count.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
As we sing, Take Me Out to the Ball Game. 2 runs, 2 hits, and 1 error. And none left on for the Phillies. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's going to be Doug I am not pronouncing that last name because I'm afraid I'm going to butcher it. So we've got Doug, Brian Blixer, and Jesse Chavez due up for the Pirates. However, the Phillies go into their bullpen. Adam Eaton is done. So let's see who the Fighting Phils will bring in. I know a few pitchers I'd like to bring in right now. I'd like to bring in the current closer, Duran, to close this game out. But they are going to bring in Clay Cordy. Clay Cordy is going to come in to pitch this inning, and he'll come into the game with an ERA of a 5.14. 1 win, 1 loss. He's pitched 7 innings, allowed 5 hits, 9 strikeouts, and no walks. Taking a look at the stats, Adam Eaton went 6 innings, allowed 5 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, and 1 home run. An ERA of a 5.73. So let's take a look at the box score after 6.5 have been played here in Pittsburgh. The Phillies came out strong, scoring 2 in the first inning, a run in the 5th, and 2 in the 7th. It's in the top half of the inning, 5 runs on 10 hits. Pirates, 2 runs in the 5th, 2 runs in the 6th. That's 4 runs on 5 hits and 1 error. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 7, 8, and 9, and here is Doug, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. And that is going to be a 6-1, column 6, row 1. That is a blank. Doug. And that is going to be a 4-5, column 4, row 5. Fly ball back there to center field. Worth gets under it, makes the catch, and puts 1 away. Brian Blixer is 0 for 2 today with a strikeout. They're going to let Blixer take the hit. 3-1, column 3, row 1 is a blank. And that is going to be a 2-1, column 2, row 1, double star 3. We'll come up here to the double star line above the pitcher card. It's a ground ball to Feliz. Feliz will make the catch, throw it over to Utley.
You're out.
And that puts 2 away. 2 up, 2 down, and Jesse Chavez is up. Chavez not taking the hit, and the Pirates are going to bring in Steve Paris to pinch hit. Steve batting a 200, and here is the pitch. Now, what I do is when I choose for pinch hitters for the pitcher on the all National League games, I let the PC decide who I'm going to bring in if I'm pinch hitting for the pitcher. No, that is completely fine. We're allowed to talk sports here as well. That is interesting. That is interesting, and I hope you're enjoying the game there, Dick Clark fan. And that is a 1-3, column 1, row 3. It's a home run on a 1-12. The 15 is too high. And that is going to be a 6-2, column 6, row 2. It's a ground ball to third base. Feliz, he'll make the catch, throw it over to Utley.
You're out.
And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left on for the Pirates. After 7, it's Phillies 5, Pirates 4. We go to the top of the 8th. It's Pedro Feliz, Eric Burnett, and Brad Herman due up for the Phillies. Pirates going back to their bullpen. And they are going to bring in Franquez Osorio will come in to pinch. He'll come into the game with an ERA of a 5.09. He's pitched 5 1/3 innings, had 5 hits, 1 strikeout, and 2 walks. And that is perfectly fine there, Dick Clark fan. You can, well, I have no issue with you guys talking about other sports in chat as well. Any other sport video games coming out, replay, projects that you guys are working on in chat. You are all perfectly fine to promote that and in chat and everything. I am completely fine with that. Let's take a look at the stats here so far for Jesse Chavez. He went 1 inning, allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, and 2 strikeouts, an ERA of a 24.54. 6, 7, and 8 in the Phillies lineup. Phillies have a 1-run lead as we go to the top of the 8th. And here is the pitch to Pedro Feliz. Feliz, 3-4, column 3, row 4. That is a range play. Whose range are we checking? That's going to be a 3-4, column 3, row 4, double star 6.
Fly ball, left center field. Tries to catch it.
It's a fly ball to McClough. His range is on a 1-3. That is a 3. He'll make the catch.
An outstanding play.
As he'll make the catch there. And he is 13 for 15 on range plays. Eric Burnett is up. Burnett 1 for 3. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-1, column 2, row 1. That is a strikeout on a 1-6. 16, too high, outside of the range. And that is going to be a 4-3, column 4, row 5. It's a 4-5, not a 4-3. That's going to be a base hit down the first baseline. And Eric Burnett is on with a base hit. And that's going to bring up Bernard Herman, who is 0 for 3. Steal attempt coming up for Eric Burnett. They are going to send him for the steal. And that is a 9. He will steal second.
Safe.
And with that, we have a runner now. Phillies have a runner in scoring position. Herman 0 for 3. They are going to let him take the hit. Herman. 5-1, column 5, row 1, possible error on a throw. And that is going to be a 4-6, column 4, row 6. It's a fly ball back there to McClough. He'll make the catch. Error range is a 0. That is a 7. No error there.
Out.
And that is an out. So we're going to check to see if he advances to third. And here's how we do it. We take a look at McClough. That is a fly ball out there to center field. We subtract 1 from the base run rating. McClough doesn't give anything else to that. So we roll 1d6. If the die roll is less than or equal to the adjusted base run rating, in this case it is a 2, he will advance to third. And with that, Eric Burnett goes to third. Clay Cordy not going to take the hit here. They're going to bring in Greg Dobbs to pinch hit. Dobbs batting a 133. Strategy roll is a 2. Phillies holding off, and here is the pitch to Dobbs. 2 outs, runner on third. Infield normal depth. And that is going to be a 4-6. Column 4, row 6. Strikeout on a 1-6. The 13 is too high. And that is going to be a 1-3, column 1, row 3, double star 6, fly ball back down to McClough. He'll make the catch.
You're out.
And that will retire the side. So, no runs, 1 hit, and no errors, and 1 left on for the Phillies. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's going to be Nate McClough, Freddie Sanchez, and Jason Bay due up for the Pirates. We go back to the Phillies bullpen, and this time they are going to bring in Ryan Madson. Ryan Madson will come into the game. He comes in with an ERA of a 6.77. No wins and 2 losses. He's pitched 9 1/3 of an inning, allowed 13 hits, 8 strikeouts, and 4 walks. Also, the Phillies are going to make a little bit of a change here. Pat Burrell out there in left field, going to come out. And they are going to bring in so Worth will go to left field. And then in center field, they're going to bring in Shane Victorino. So that is that. They are going to do a double switch. They're going to switch Worth and Victorino. Those two have switched spots in the lineup. So with that, bottom of the 8th, I'll be right back. All right, we're back for the bottom of the 8th inning here between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Nate McClough is 1 for 2, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 1-6, column 1, row 6, range play at the ballpark. We're going to go to PNC Park. And that is going to be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. It's a single to Worth. It's an S+7.
Swing and a fly ball left field.
Fly ball to left field. Worth goes back, makes the catch. It's in range. His range is on a 1-4. That is a 1.
Boy, he had to cover a lot of ground to make that grab.
And that'll put 1 away. Freddie Sanchez is 0 for 3. Is Sanchez going to take the hit? They are going to let Sanchez take the hit. And that is going to be a 3-2, column 3, row 2. By the way, Worth is 8 for 11 on his range plays. That's going to be a range check on a 6-4, column 6, row 4, double star 1. It's a
Hard ground ball.
It's a ground ball up the middle to Utley. His range is on a 1-5. That is a 6.
Let that ball get by him.
And it gets by him. And the tying run is now on board. Jason Bay gonna take the hit. Strategy roll is an 11, infield at double play depth. And the pitch, 4-1, column 4, row 1. That's a strikeout on a 1-8. The 19 is too high. Worth. 3-1, column 3, row 1, double star 5. That's a ground ball to the shortstop. Barnett will make the catch. And that is a 3. It's a roll is higher, so -1, 0 for Herman. Ground ball hit to G6 pivot for a right-handed batter. It's second base. That is a 1. The 3, nope. So that is going to be a force out. Sanchez out.
Out.
And Bay is on by fielder's choice.
Everybody clap your hands.
2 outs, and that's going to bring up Ronnie Paulino. Paulino is 1 for 3 with a double, a run, and an RBI. Strategy roll is an 8, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-3, column 5, row 3. That is a walk. On a 1 to 9, the 11 is too high. And that is going to be a 1-1, column 1, row 1, ground ball to the third baseline. Feliz makes it, throws it to Utley.
You're out.
And that will retire the
Remember to
side.
get your copy of the souvenir program.
So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on for the Pirates. After 8, it's Phillies 5, Pirates 4. We go to the top of the 9th. It's So Taguchi, Shane Victorino, and Chase Utley due up. Will we see some 9th inning magic? Let's take a look at the box score after 8 have been played here in Pittsburgh. Philly, once again, remember, they scored 2 runs in that first inning, a run in the 5th, 2 runs in the 7th, 5 runs on 11 hits and no errors. The Pirates, 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, 4 runs on 6 hits and 1 error committed. It's the top of the 9th and top of the order. They're leaving Osorio out there on the mound. However, they are going to make a few changes. Bay coming out at left field. And they're going to bring in Major Morgan to take over at left field. And at second base, they're going to bring in Luis Cruz to take over. So that is who's taking over at those bases. Osorio staying back out there on the mound. Taguchi, it's 1, 2, and 3 in the Phillies lineup. Bullpen for the Phillies is warming up. And here is the pitch. Taguchi, 6-6, column 6, row 6. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 6-6 as well. That's going to be column 6, row 6. It's a ground ball to Blixer. He'll make the catch.
Out.
And that puts 1 away. Shane Victorino, batting a .255. And here is the pitch. Shane Victorino, 5-5, column 5, row 5. That's double question mark. Single on a 1 to 17. That is a 6 in range. And Victorino will get a base hit. So they're going to give him 1 more batter as the guy from the skipper gives him the 1 more sign. It's a hit and run. Strategy roll is a 9. Hit and run. Chase Utley is 1 for 4 with a double, a strikeout, a run, and an RBI. And here is the pitch. Remember, on a hit and run, ground double plays were a -2. Base runners get a +2. Home run and walks are cut in half, rounded down. We round those down. Lineouts are double plays, except on an error on a throw. And should he strike out, we count it as a steal. 3-4, column 3, row 4. That's a range play. Whose range are we checking? And that's going to be a 4-2, column 4, row 2, double star 3.
Hard ground ball.
It's a ground ball to Doug. His range is on a 1 to 2. That is a 3. That's going to be good for a base hit.
Let that ball get by him.
It gets by him. Victorino goes to second. Will he pick up third? He goes from first to third on a base run rating of a 6 and a 6 only, and that is a 6. So Phillies have runners on the corner And that is going to do it for Osorio. He is done. Pirates coming out. And they are going to bring in Tyler Yates. Tyler Yates is going to come into the game. Yates comes into the game with a 7.88 ERA. No wins and no losses. He's pitched 8 innings, allowed 14 hits, 7 strikeouts, and 5 walks. Take a look at the stats here for Osorio. He went 1 1/3 of an inning, allowed 3 hits, an ERA of a 4.03. Still responsible for the 2 runners on base. It's Jason Worth, who is 2 for 4 today with a home run, 2 walks. 2 runs and 2 RBIs. Strategy roll 17. The Phillies holding off. Here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-5, column 2, row 5. That is a strike. On a 1 to 10, the 14 is too high. And that is going to be a 4-3, column 4, row 3. It's a base hit past the third baseline, past Doug. 1 run will score. It's an RBI single by Jason Worth. It's 6-4. Chris Coste up. Coste is 2 for 4 with a double, a strikeout, and an RBI. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 1-2, column 1, row 2. That's a strikeout. Remember, we -3 from PNC Park on a 1 to 6. That is a 6. Struck him out. And that'll put 2 away. 2 up, 2 away, and that's going to bring up Pedro Feliz. Feliz is 2 for 4. Runners on first and second. Strategy rolls are turned off. And the reason they are turned off is this. We take the, We take the difference in the score. In this case, it's a 2-run game. We take the difference and add it to the inning we are in. So 2 plus 9 is 11. If the number you get is higher than 10, you do not roll for strategy until you bring that number down under 10. Pedro Feliz is 2 for 4, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 1-3, column 1, row 3, double question mark, double star on a 1 to 20. That is a 16. And that's going to be a ground ball to Doug. He'll make the catch.
You're out.
And that will retire the side. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Xavier Nettie, Adam LaRoche, and Doug is due up for the Pirates. Ryan Madison, tired, done. And with that, they are going to bring in their main man, Brad Lidge, to close out this game. Brad Lidge taking the mound. 5 saves, 8 innings pitched, allowed 1 hit, 17 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Brad Lidge does come with a special K rating. We will talk about the special K rating when it comes into play. Pirates down by 2, 2 to tie, 3 to win. Let's take a look at the stats here for Ryan Madison. He went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, an ERA of a 6.12. Osorio went 1 inning, allowed 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, an ERA of a 5.73. Xavier Nettie is 0 for 3 with a double, a run, and an RBI. They're going to let him take the hit, and here is the pitch as we go to the bottom of the 9th. And that is going to be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. That's a strikeout on a 1 to 7. That is a 2. Struck him out.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
And 1 away. Adam LaRoche. 1 for 3 with a home run, a strikeout, a run, and 2 RBIs. They're letting LaRoche take the hit. And that is going to be a 3-2, column 3, row 2. That's a wild pitch. No runner on. We're going to roll for the batter. So it's a little different now. Special K rating on a 1 to 7. 12 is outside of the range. LaRoche. That is, Bradledge is a right-handed batter. So on the pitcher card, we look to the right-handed side of the slash. It's a fly ball back there to Taguchi. He'll make the catch.
You're out!
And that'll put 2 away. And the Pirates now down to the last out as Doug, who is 0 for 2. Doug not taking the hit. So they're not going to let Doug take the hit. Ryan Dumit will come in to pinch hit. Dumit batting a 400. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-4. Column 2, row 4. Possible error on a throw. That is a single special K range on a 1 to 9. On a 1 to 7, the 9 in range. Dumit will get on with a base hit. Error range, actually, on a 1 to 7, 15. So Dumit is on with a base hit. Tying run now at the plate. Brian Blixer is 0 for 3. Blixer going to take the hit. And that is going to be a 5-3, column 5, row 3. It's a double star. Now, double star off the pitcher card. If you're playing the physical game, you're going to take the die and roll 1d6 against the double star line, which is also known as the auto outline. And in this case, since we're playing the PC game, it'll automatically decide it. It's a fly ball back there to Victorino. He'll make the catch. And that's the ball game as the Philadelphia Phillies win the opening game here against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Final score, 6-4. Final line score coming right up. So final score, Philly 6 runs on 14 hits and no errors. Pirates 4 runs on 7 hits and 1 error. Adam Eaton will get the win. Jesse Chavez picks up the loss, and Brad Lidge picks up his 6th save of the replay. Jason Worth hits his 3rd home run of the replay, and Adam LaRoche hits his 8th. Taking a look at the stats here, Adam Eaton went 6 innings, allowed 5 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, and 1 home run, an ERA of a 5.73. Jesse Chavez, who will pick up the loss, he went 1 inning, allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, an ERA of a 24.54. Brad Lidge, who will get the save, he went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 strikeout, no ERA. He has been perfect. Tyler Yates, 0 for 2. He went 2/3 of an inning. He allowed 1 hit, 1 strikeout, an ERA of a 7.25. And Osorio, who went 1 1/3 of an inning, allowed 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, an ERA of a 5.37. So that's going to bring So with that, the Phillies will improve to 13-11, and the Pirates will drop to 7-16. So let's update I'm going to update the standings real quick, and we'll find out where everyone stands in 1 second here. All right, so here is the standings after the game. Phillies will improve to 13 and 11. They dropped to 3 games back behind the Mets, so that win there. The Pirates will drop to 7 and 16. They go to 10 and a half games out behind the Cubs. So no change in the standings right now for those two teams. In the lineup, and as I bold everything so we know the game has been played, and we'll set that in stone there. With that, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. It really means a lot. Dick Clark fan, thank you for stopping by and joining us here at PNC Park for some great live Philly baseball, and Clue baseball fan as well. Thank you for stopping by as well. And to everyone else that stopped by, thank you very much. Really means a lot. And remember to click that bell notification on your way through the turnstile. Remember to click that bell notification on your way through the turnstile to be notified of when new videos in the 2008 replay go up and when I go live with all of the Philadelphia Phillies games. Until next time, I'm Scooney007. We'll see you for another exciting game, another live exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone.